Hello, my name is Lanessa Giesrecht and I'm going to be doing a short video on the sponge, the Perfector sponge. So a sponge is designed to soak things up if you think of like a dish sponge, and it does a very good job of it. So using it dry, it's not only hard, but it's going to soak up product, especially if you're using it with your stay spray. So what I recommend is getting it wet. So I'll just show you the size difference here. It'll puff up to about twice the size. So you can, often I do this first thing before I start my makeup, because it's nice if it can sit for a while, especially at the end. So you'll see it's already poofing up. So it is gonna, technically, I guess if you think of it as being full, it's not gonna soak up anything that extra. So there it's getting super puffy. So I wish I had another one to show you side by side, but it just about doubles inside. So you can use this with your stay spray, spray it on and blot it on. But another fun method I've stumbled across is actually spraying it to start with directly on your bronzer brush. So this big fluffy one. So it's kind of neat. So it's just like your brush cleaner would, but instead of wiping it and cleaning it, you can apply it. So this is like a neat little way. One of my customers actually told me about this, and I was like, oh, that actually works really well. So that is one way to use your stay spray and use your sponge. So otherwise you could just spray it on the sponge and dab it all over. And then I will show you how to also use the sponge to set your makeup and remove any excess. So now that I'm done, especially when you're new, you can go back and grab your wet sponge with it. It's been sitting for a bit, so you can go in and this will pick up any excess makeup. And it's damp, it's full of, it's water, right? So it's not going to pick up extra. It'll just blot off, or it's not going to pick up too much. It'll just blot off anything extra that's set. So there's just a very tiny amount there, which is perfect. We don't want to lose too much. And then, or lose anything we want to keep, I guess is a better way of saying that. So stay spray on the sponge. So this is a method you could use for prepping as well. I used the brush today just to show you something different. I'm just going to go back in and set my makeup. So this is not always necessary, but if you are oily or warm, if you wear a mask, or if you're working out, you have an active day, or you live in a hot climate, this will make a world of difference. Just with you'll go from stays well to stays amazing. So I generally set my makeup every day, because why not have it? It's easy, it's quick, it's wonderful. So that is some uses for the sponge. Another thing that you can do with your sponge is if you have mature skin and you've got a little bit more rippling or crinkles underneath of your eye, you can press it in a little bit more. I'll just add a little bit of highlight just to show you. So instead of blending with the brush, which doesn't always work very well, you can really just get it in there with your sponge. So that's another option. And you'll see there's very little makeup that came off on my wet sponge. So give that a try, and just know that the Perfector sponge is $20 in Canada. So if you think like, oh, I can get a sponge for 10 at the local drugstore. I will say that this is a higher quality sponge. So put that into consideration, your longevity of it. And it doesn't stain, it's like gray as opposed to a lot of those light ones. So it doesn't stain as easily. Awesome, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day, have fun, go play with your makeup.